So in Kyverno, when you create something in Kubernetes, HTTP webhook is triggered, then Kyverno applies policies, and then it returns back the applied policies to the Kubernetes API server. And now I'm going to move on to the demo part. So to install Kyverno, I'm going to be using Helm, and I'm just adding this Kyverno repository. You also need to update the repository after you add the new one, and then you have to install this package. And I'm also creating a specific namespace for this package. So when I'm going to install this Kyverno repository, the pods are automatically run in its namespace. I am just checking to see how it looks and if it's running. So as you can see, it's running. So now I'm going to test Kyverno by creating specific rule to require pods to have this specific label. So I'm going to create this Kyverno rule right here. Just adding API version here, so it knows from which API to create this resource. The kind will be like cluster policy, since we are creating the policy, and in metadata I'm just going to name at name require label, and now I'm going to add this validation field, and like when should this validation further occur and what to happen when certain thing is not met. So by setting it to enforce, it's going to be like mandatory, and it's not going to be created unless it has that certain label set to it. So I defined also rules, and I also added name for this rule, and I'm going to add just rule and like what kind of resource it should apply to. So in my case it's like pod, so I'm just going to add that. Now I am adding this validate field, and it's going to occur when something is not met, like if the pod this label isn't not met. So I'm going to show this message, which is going to be this label is required. Now I'm going to add pattern. So what with what pattern it should match, and with what pattern it should validate this resource. So in this pattern I'm just adding that every pod should have a label that is going to be named in metadata. It should have labels, and then in labels it should have the label app and my app. So I'm just creating this policy, and now that it's created, we can actually create certain pod and test if this works. So I'm creating this pod from CLI, like kubectl name will be testpod, and image I'm going to use nginx. And as you can see, there is shown, and it should have this label up my app. So now to test if it really works, I'm going to create a pod that has that label using CLI again. So I'm just going to run the same command and add label my app, and let's see if it works. And as you can see, it works. So yeah, the pod is running.